Hello everyone. Today I am going to take up the session 13 of green techniques. Okay. Let us see the contents of this session. First one is ionic liquids and second one is solid state solventless reactions and the third one is the use of microwaves. Okay. What are the learning objectives of this session? To study the different aspects of ionic liquids, to discuss the examples of solid state solventless reactions, and to study the microwave solvent free reactions. Okay. What are the session outcomes? At the end of the session, students will understand the different aspects of ionic liquids. Students will learn the different examples of solid state solventless reactions, and the students will understand the use of microwaves. Okay. Now let us see ionic liquids. In this we are going to study ionic liquids as green solvents, reactions in acidic ionic liquids, and reactions in neutral ionic liquids. Alright. Let us consider now ionic liquids as green solvents. Okay. In this, we are going to learn the different types and examples of ionic liquids. Alright. Ionic liquids mainly consist of ions. By the careful choice of starting materials, it is possible to prepare ionic liquids. The first ionic liquid, that is EtNH3NO3, you can see here EtNH3NO3, okay. Melting point 12 degrees Celsius was discovered in the year 1914. Ionic liquids are broadly classified into two types. They are simple salts and binary ionic liquids, which are used as green solvents. Some examples for simple salts, okay, are given here. So these are the examples for simple salts. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. So these are all examples for simple salts. A mixture of aluminum 3 chloride and 1,3-dialkyl imidazolium chloride is an example for a binary ionic liquid system. It contains several different ionic species and their melting point and the properties depend upon the mole fractions of aluminum chloride and 1,3-dialkyl imidazolium chloride present. The reactions in ionic liquids are easy to perform and does not require any special apparatus or methodologies. Okay. They can also be recycled, which leads to the reduction in the cost of the process. Alright. Now let us see the reactions in acidic ionic liquids. Friedel-Crafts reaction is an example to this. Naphthalene undergoes Friedel-Crafts reaction to give 1-acetyl derivative as the major products. You can see here naphthalene, okay, undergoes Friedel-Crafts reaction. So in the presence of acetyl chloride and imine, what is imine? 1-ethyl 3-methyl imidazolium chloride, okay, aluminum chloride to give 1-acetyl naphthalene. And what is the yield? 80%. Okay, so yield obtained is 80%. Alright. Now let us study the reactions in neutral ionic liquids. Okay. Hydrogenation is one of the examples for the reactions, okay, in neutral ionic liquids. The most important advantage of using neutral ionic liquids is that the reaction products can be easily separated from the ionic liquids and the catalyst. Using neutral ionic liquids, cyclohexene can be reduced to cyclohexane. Even benzene can be reduced to cyclohexane. Okay. Now you can see the reaction here. Okay, an asymmetric hydrogenation using a chiral catalyst. Now, which is the reactant 2,6-methoxynaphthalene 2-yl acrylic acid. This is acrylic acid. Okay, in the presence of chiral catalyst gives what? Naphthalene, that is S form, S2,6-methoxynaphthalene 2-yl propanoic acid. Okay, or in brief it is called S-naproxen, or common name is S-naproxen. Alright. Solid state solventless reactions. Under this we are going to learn Claisen rearrangement of allyl phenyl ether and then halogenation. Okay. Now first let us see Claisen rearrangement of allyl phenyl ether. Alright. Now allyl phenyl ether undergoes Claisen reaction to give ortho-allyl phenol. Okay, so this is the equation. So the product formed is ortho-allyl phenyl. Now let us see halogenation. Cinnamic acid on bromination, you can see here cinnamic acid on halogenation. If you take halogen as bromination, alright. So on bromination gives erythroisomer. Okay, so you will get erythroisomer. But its chlorination, suppose you consider halogen as chlorine. Okay, so its chlorination gives a mixture of trio and erythroforms. Okay, trio 88% and erythroform 12%. Okay, so this is the equation. Cinnamic acid in the presence of halogen, okay, you get one erythroisomer if the halogen is bromine. If the halogen is chlorine, a mixture of trio and erythro in percentage 88 and 12. Okay. Now let us see the use of microwaves. In this we are concentrating on microwave solvent free reactions and then deacetylation. Okay. What are the advantages of microwave reactions? Application of microwave irradiation in organic reactions has added a new dimension to solid phase synthesis. By the use of this technique, it is now possible to carry out the reactions without using toxic or other solvents, which is one of the main problems associated with green synthesis. Okay. So in this, the reactants are dissolved in a suitable solvent like water or alcohol or methylene chloride, and the solution is stirred with a suitable adsorbent or solid support like silica gel or alumina or phyllosilicate. Okay. After stirring, the solvent is removed in vacuum, and on the dried solid support, the reactants have been absorbed, and these are used for carrying out the reaction under microwave irradiation. Okay. Now next let us see deacetylation. Deacetylation is one of the important applications of solid support synthesis. Aldehydes, phenols and alcohols are protected by acetylation. After the reaction, the deacetylation of the product is carried out under acidic or basic conditions. The process takes long time and the yields are very low. So, the use of microwave irradiation reduces the time of deacetylation and the yields are good. Okay. Consider the reaction of benzaldehyde diacetate. Benzaldehyde diacetate, you can see here, okay, in the presence of neutral alumina and microwaves, okay, gets converted into benzaldehyde just in 40 seconds. Okay. Now in another example, this is another example, 3,4-acetoxy-phenyl propyl acetate is converted into 4-butyl phenol. This is 4-butyl phenol in the presence of alumina, okay, and microwaves in 2.5 minutes. Okay. On the other hand, it gets converted into 3 4 hydroxy phenyl propyl acetane in the presence of same catalyst, okay, but in just 30 seconds. All right. So with this session is over. Thank you.